Hello everyone, Richard here, and today we're going to be looking at the newest addition to the SWAT's arsenal, the HRG Nailgun. A reconfiguration of the Berserker's Vlad 1000 Nailgun, this PDW variant provides SWAT with some additional flexibility, especially against large Zeds and groups of enemies. The Nailgun is a Tier 3 weapon available for 1100 Dash and is a SWAT exclusive weapon, and by default deals 40 damage per shot, the second highest for the SWAT, only beaten by the UMP. In addition, it also deals piercing damage, which, while ineffective against most medium-sized Zeds, is very effective against King, Flesh, and Quarter Pounds, Stalkers, and the Abomination. It also boasts a reasonable rate of fire at 857 rounds per minute in its automatic mode, on par with the P90. In its shotgun fire mode, it fires at a slower 500 rounds per minute but fires 3 nails at a time. The PDW feeds from a 42 round magazine, although level 25 SWATs will see this increased to 84 rounds. The large magazine helps compensate for this weapon's appetite for ammunition and will prevent you from constantly reloading. Thankfully, reloads aren't too long, however, taking just 2.6 seconds for a tactical reload and 2.8 seconds for a full reload. Using the tactical reload skill, this will reduce the times down to 1.9 and 2 seconds respectively. Even with the fast reloads, it's a good practice to keep an eye on your ammo count as it can quickly deplete, especially when firing in shotgun mode. Total ammunition is a bit on the low side at 336 rounds, although this is a common thread among the SWAT weapons, so an additional SMG or ammo vest is highly advised, especially when playing with a group or on higher difficulties. So now that we have an overview of the weapon's stats, what conclusions can we come to on how best to use it, and how does it fit into the SWAT's current meta? First, it's important to understand that it will not behave like other SMGs in regard to damage. It is not very effective against medium Zeds such as Sirens and Bloats, and is less effective than SMGs against CLOTS and Crawlers, although the latter doesn't matter so much. However, like its cousin, the Vlad 1000, it has the ability to penetrate multiple enemies, having a penetration power of 3. This allows it to go through 3 CLOTS, or 2 Gorefasts, or a lot of Stalkers, and still be relatively lethal. In addition, while burst DPS in automatic mode is lower than the Chris, against any of the Pound variants, including King Flesh Pound, the effective DPS for the Nailgun is much higher, thanks to the Pounds being less resistant to pierce damage when compared to SMG damage. If you use the Nailgun in shotgun mode, the DPS is significantly higher than any other weapon in the SWAT's arsenal. However, that is only if all shots connect, so a real-world performance will be far less stellar. One thing that will take a bit of getting used to is that the Nailgun, even out of Zed time, is not a hit scan weapon, so time to target must be calculated when pulling the trigger. In most cases, this won't make any real difference, however this can prove annoying against distant foes or ones who tend to kite and dodge more. So what difference does the Nailgun make to the SWAT, and how can you best put this weapon to use? Well, in all honesty, this weapon does add quite a bit of variety to the perk, and allows it to handle large Zeds if the need arises. No, you won't be racking up big Zed kills like a Demo, Sharp, or Gunslinger, but if a Flesh Pound or a pair of Quarter Pounds show up in your lane, you'll be much better prepared to fight them. When fighting them, you'll ideally be using some sort of incapacitation method, such as a Flashbang or EMP, to initiate contact, followed by a point-blank barrage of nails, preferably in shotgun mode to finish them off. While in a one-on-one scenario, most SMGs of a similar tier will handle trash and medium Zeds more efficiently, in dense formations or hallways, the Nailgun's penetration and ability to bounce projectiles multiplicatively increases its effectiveness. For loadout recommendations, our raw killing power build will use a Tier 5 Chris and Tier 5 Nailgun, and will allow you to handle pretty much anything the enemy will throw at you. However, this does come at the expense of efficient trash killing power. For a more balanced support loadout, a Tier 5 Chris, base Nailgun, and a medic SMG can give you a lot of flexibility and allow you to help out your injured teammates if you lack a dedicated medic. My personal favorite loadout is a Nailgun at Tier 5, MP5 at Tier 3, and the Medic SMG at tier 3. You can switch around the upgrades, perhaps taking a Medic SMG at tier 4 for improved healing and leaving the MP5 stock, or vice versa. Overall, the Nailgun is a welcome addition to the SWAT's weapon selection, giving some variety and love that was sorely needed for the perk. Thank you very much for watching. Join me next time when we take a look at the HRG buckshots. Until then, happy hunting.